Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is James here with Crypto Quick Start. I wanted to shoot a really fast video showing you just one thing you can learn that would help you if you want to be a day trader or a trader in general. And this video is aimed more at people that are just starting out. If you've been trading any time at all, you probably already understand this, but I didn't understand this in 2017. I really didn't understand it for the better part of 2018 until the market beat the crap out of me and I had to learn instead of just guessing. So if you don't know anything else, let's say you don't know about indicators, you don't know how to use indicators, you don't know how to use moving averages, fine, right? Let's take all that away and let's look just at price action, okay? So right now I'm going to pull up a 1 hour chart of Bitcoin, and if we look at this, we can see, let's take away this line, we can see that Bitcoin had established a pretty clear resistance right around this level. And if we zoom in and look at this level, we can say, and by the way, when I say resistance, I mean the price was getting stopped there. It wasn't going past this level. So it happened 3 times in a row, right? This candle topped at 10,750. This one at 10,760. This one at 10,767. Well, 10,750 is a nice round number. And a lot of times round numbers will act as support or resistance. Well, so it went up, it blew past that, okay, came down, made this big wick, big tail, right? But if we keep watching this level, this 10,750, it continues to be important. Right here, this candle actually opened right around 10,641, just under it, came down. This candle actually topped at 10,000. This was actually a little higher, 10,800, so a little higher above it, but still in that same ballpark. If we keep watching, right in this area, we can actually say, okay, this is a clear line of resistance, right? 10,777, 10,779, 10,765, 10,782. And resistances aren't exact numbers. They typically end up being ranges, okay? So if we draw a box, we think of this as a range of, say, 10,750 all the way up to, say, 10,8. When we draw this across, we can actually see that this actually became our resistance and support, right? We'd go up, we'd fail. We'd come up, come down, bounce off of it. We fell through it. Bounce, bounce, right? Kept getting resisted, rejected. Boom, fell down, came up, rejected, 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 rejected. And as soon as we broke through it, then we had this big move. And this move, you could actually play this as a breakout trade. There was actually a triangle there as well, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. But if it broke the resistance, you could almost enter there and then put a stop just below this yellow like zone, this support zone. Because if it fails there, it's likely to go down to the next support, down, a leg below that. So if we go up from here, we can see this actually topped out at about 4.5%. That's a really good trade considering that's an hourly chart. Three hours over 4%. And then if we keep going, let's say that we wanted to try to play a bounce, okay? Well, check this out. If we zoom into the 5 minute, and here's our support and resistance, right? If we had a stink bid working, a low ball bid just down in this area, say we put it at 10.8, okay? Would have been right there. And this is a 5 minute candle. In fact, if we go into a 1 minute chart, look at that, how fast this happened. So right here at 9:39, this is UTC time, 9:39 it topped out at 11,284, and just 3 minutes later, boom, it slammed down through our support area, and you can see that it actually bottomed out at 10,750, that nice, beautiful round number that we were talking about at the beginning of the video. And if you'd have had a bid working down there at 10.8, would have got a fill, and literally 2 minutes later, we had the bounced about 2.5%. So could have sold on the bounce if you're that type of player, or you might still be holding that and seeing where it's going. And right now, if you were still holding, you'd be up about 1.9%. Now, on a move like that, I don't know that I'd be comfortable holding it. I don't think that there's enough reason there to hold it. That doesn't mean it's going to go down. But typically, if I'm playing a bounce like that, I just try to get a quick flip, right? So if it bounced 2% in 2 minutes, me personally, right, almost 2.5%, I would probably jump out right there, right? I would probably jump out right at that level, because 2% in 2 minutes is a lot of money. We're talking after fees, 2% after fees, right? That's a lot of money. That's a really good gain for a 2 minute trade, okay? And it was all based off of not RSI, not MACD, not any of the money flow indicators, not any kind of moving averages, just plain old simple support and resistance. And again, if you'd have decided to put a stink bid in there and you had a long position going, if you entered at 10.8 and say you're trying to play a 2% bounce, I don't know why TradingView makes these boxes so big, but if you were going for a 2% bounce and you want to have a 2-to-1 reward risk, your stop loss would be down here at 10.7. Not a bad reward ratio, right? If it fell down here, would have got stopped out, bounced up here, would have sold. Anyway, I'm not going to go super deep into this. I think hopefully, if you're new to this, you don't understand support and resistance, you'll take a look at it, because you can go back and back test this, and you'll see a lot of times these wicks, they come right down into support and resistance. Like again, if we go back, look at this, these wicks here, right? We had resistance at this level here, and where did the wicks come down to? Right in that area, okay? If we go back a little further, let's look at this wick right here. So we had resistance in this area here, over, wick came down through it, went up, right? If we go back a little further, I'm looking for resistance that has turned to support is what I'm doing. This one probably would have failed, probably got stopped out. There's resistance there. So you can see that it came down on this tail and bounced, but then if you try to use it a second time, would have got stopped out. So it's not perfect. No strategy is perfect, but typically, here's some resistance over here, right? We'll draw these over, came down, went up, right? That's what I'm saying. Normally for me, if I get a fill on those, I get out pretty quickly, because you can see here it went up 2%. You might have been filling larger than life, and then a few minutes later, well, a few hours later, all of a sudden you would have been down, 8%. Okay, so I use that mainly for quick flips. I don't use that for long entries that I'm going to be staying in for days at a time, unless of course I'm looking at like a monthly support. This video is getting longer than I meant for it to be, but let's look at monthly real quick. If you look at the monthly, we actually had this level around 10.3, right? Around 10.3. And then if we zoom in to a 4-hour, look at this. We had this big move up and we came down. Low is 10.321, came down, low is 10.373. So that type of support, is a longer term support. The longer term it is, the stronger it tends to be. So hopefully this video helps you out. Hopefully it gives you some ideas. It's not enough to start trading. It's not enough to watch this one video and say, okay, I'm going to go trade support and resistance. But hopefully it gets that light bulb turned on, and now you'll go out and do your own due diligence and learn more about support and resistance lines and how you can incorporate it into your trading. All right, this is James. Please remember, I'm literally some guy sitting in a spare bedroom. I am not a professional financial advisor. I'm certainly not your financial advisor. You should always seek out professional investment advice before making any type of investment. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please be sure and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching it on the Facebook group, please be sure and give it a like and leave me a comment if you would. All right, this is James. I'll talk to you soon.